What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Blackout Show. This is SG Spiritual Goddess. Now, if you know me, you know this topic was coming up. Things that we need to leave behind, right? Things that go on. The fuckery, shall we say, that has been going on that we need to leave into 2022 and reset our energy in 2023. Listen, no matter what religion or spirituality you follow, unless you're an atheist, you are taught, most importantly, to respect God, God's word, and God's creations. You got to respect that. So why is it that as grown women, we feel the need to support the shenanigans by calling grown men women because they said, I want to be a woman? We got to leave this gender transformer energy where it's at, right? Now, mind you, I respect every human being. As a spiritual being having a human experience, I respect every human being. As a spiritual goddess, as someone that teaches spiritual enlightenment, y'all really got to stop disrespecting yourself and your God by trying to by calling grown men women. You're devaluing yourself. Are you that miserable as a woman that you feel as though you want to bring somebody else into it? You want to bring somebody else along with what you're doing? As a womb man created by God in my ni in my baba, as a woman, I can't get jiggy with it. A lot of the spiritual warfare that we talk about is just that. And now they've changed it to where they can change their birth certificate and driver's license to say female. Well, why can't a black person change their birth certificate and driver's license without going through the rigmarole to be white? Like, we have to question these things and these agendas that don't make absolutely no sense. Why have they not legalized it so that one man can have more than one wife? That, you know, they said, God said one man and one woman creates a union. But when you were born into this life, you're born as God created you to be. So if you were born a boy, then you're a boy. I don't care what paperwork you got. The only thing that you guys are proving that this paperwork don't mean nothing. That's all y'all proving. That a birth certificate means absolutely nothing. That a driver's license means absolutely nothing. And in actuality, it really don't. But that's a whole nother video. We'll get to that sometime this year. It really don't, right? We gotta leave that. We gotta leave that where it's at, man. Respect God. I don't care who your God is. That's not respecting his creation when you are co-signing the fuckery. It's just not. There's not a grown man alive. If you were not born with a womb, you are not a woman. Period. Don't say, the average girl or the born, whatever y'all. It's so bad that they want to create alternative names for real women. And this is a whole agenda that's being pushed. And then you want to, go riot. Man, listen, this video can go viral with 1 million boys with aspirations to be who I have been created to be. There's not a diss. There's not a comment. There's nothing that will make me change the way that I feel. There's absolutely nothing. Everything that I got, I work for. If I'm not on YouTube, I can go do it somewhere else. There's absolutely nothing. And I don't go into business with people that have more control over my life than I do. That's the one thing about me. Right? And this is a brand new page. But if you find my other pages where, hey, it doesn't matter. We got to stop the fuckery. We got to stop it. There's not one man that I can look at and say, hey, girl, yes, girl, oh, this is my girlfriend, this is my homegirl. No, you're a man. Now, what we have to do is call a spade and realize that these are mental issues. We want to touch on blatant mental issues and people flipping out, and, we want to touch on, Kanye and he's bipolar. But what do you call that when a grown man that was born a man feels as though, oh, you know what? I want to be a woman. I'm a woman. That's a mental issue. That's a mental disorder. If I wake up right now and be like, oh, I want to be white. I want to be this. Even a little Kim, when she said she feels as though she was a Puerto Rican or Latino trapped in a black girl body, and she went and did all of this surgery, and oh my gosh, she need to stop, and she need this and she need that. Even the people that's out here bleaching their skin because they feel like the lighter you are, the more opportunities you have. You talk about them. Everybody talks about everything but the elephant in a room full of ants. Whatever you choose to be that. But it's so ridiculous that people aren't stepping up to speak their mind because of the fear that everybody that's wrong coming to say something to you and making you apologize. What is an apology? Apology is nothing. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop that, man. And if we stop co-signing it, it will reduce that. It's not saying that these people are not equal. It's not saying that these people don't deserve love. I'm not saying that these people are not worthy of love. But self-love is a motherfucker. Self-love is real, man. And if you don't love self, there's a problem. It's a lot of people walking around here, not just transgenders or transformers, whatever. I use the word transformers, right? You're born a man, you transform it into a woman. You pick and choose the words that you want us to use, and I'm going to pick and choose the words that I want to use. So that's where we at with it. And yet, they talk about the disrespect on these people, but yet they sit and disrespect women on a regular basis, and it's okay. They're disrespecting our children, flaunting this shit in front of our children. Like, it's absolutely batshit crazy. I just don't get why you people do not see the agenda behind this. And this is the one thing that they want to separate. You know what I'm saying? From everything. Listen, you are a product of your environment. That will never change. The only thing that they will do is try to convince you for their narrative and their agenda to go with their stuff. You're a product of your environment. They went and they put guns in our black neighborhoods so that we can kill each other. We learned to get the guns and use them to work for ourselves. We still was killing each other. But they learned to use these guns to work for themselves. Now it's take the guns back off the street. They put them on, the oppressor put them on the street. They put drugs in our neighborhood to stop our black men from sleeping with their white women. And the drugs backfired on them, and the white women got on the drugs real bad, and the black men sold the drugs, so that drew their women away from them. I mean, we going back. We breaking this down, okay? A product of your environment. Why is it such a big story when somebody come out the hood and they make it? Because the odds are stacked against them. So I don't care if you born like that, if you're not born like that. When you see that crap as a child, you tend to think it's okay, and it's not. I monitor what my kids. I monitor what my kids watch. If my kids grow up to be like that, gay, then they grow up to be gay. I'ma love them anyway. But when my kids grow up and tell my mama I'm a girl, I'ma knock the boy back in them. I assure you that. Like, it's all about respecting God's creation. It has nothing to do with, honestly, our own personal opinion, but they've made a mockery of religion and spirituality. I don't care who God you believe in. It's a whole mockery. And to be honest, a lot of this stuff is not allowed And this is why they are so they undercover in a lot of places, and a lot of people that are flamboyant, they not really in the church unless they done created one of their own. You're making a mockery of God. It's not that somebody is ridiculing you, but you need some counseling. You need some help. But if we have to respect God's creation, this is why you go to a school with handicapped kids. You're not going to this school walking through here, picking at these kids. And if you picking at somebody with a disability, then, the karma on you and your kids is absolutely batshit crazy, because it's coming. But these are God's creations. These are one, God's creations, and two, a part of it is some of them can be parent error. You know what I'm saying? But we respect God's creation, man, and to just openly allow these people to go and, change birth certificates and all this. I said I'm a woman. You don't have a womb. You're not a woman. I would never respect you as a woman. And there's a lot of people that won't either. So we got to stop co-signing the buffoonery here that we got going on. Tell me, how is it that something so egregious can get laws passed, easily, for an agenda? And you see they're doing this shenanigans while the Democrats have control. But when it comes to, equal rights, right, for our people, for the melanated people, we can't get a bill signed. We can't get that going on. We can't even get out of debt. But you can go and let somebody play Ken and Barbie and make, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. Just human Ken and Barbies. The agenda to stop reproduction, for the longest, it's been stop and slow down reproduction, because we have way too many people here on earth for their liking, for the 1% for their liking, that we need to eliminate. This is why all of these pandemics and things like that happen. Right? To eliminate the population. So we got to pay attention to what's actually happening around us from a higher level, and see, when you're a spiritual being and the veil has been lifted, you can't put it back on. When we walk into this woke energy and it started to become familiar, then you see the oppressor easily got on the television and put crazy people here and then said that they're woke. And now they have demolished that. But when you know what spiritually woke means, you understand that we're going through a spiritual warfare. Anything that is contingent with us rising, with us doing what we need to do, they're going to break it down. They want to try to break it apart. Only the strong will survive. Only the strong will survive right now. We got way too many people speaking their minds and speaking their truth because it's right, but they're embedded with the devil. Oh, well, if you don't go and apologize, then we're going to take this from you. We're going to take that from you, right? And then they apologize because they want to stop other people from doing it. You want to stop other people from following the agenda. When in all, everybody need to come together. And everybody do it at the same time. What you gonna do? What are they gonna do? See, y'all going to war with the oppressor one at a time. Everybody's scared that their money gonna stop because you embedded with the demons. You embedded with these folks. The man, listen. Stop. We gotta leave this in 2022. We leave that back. And even if you cannot stand and speak out verbally because of how you're embedded, then just stop supporting it. You don't have to be loud. When our Egungun, when our ancestors were stolen from Africa and brought over here to build this country, to still to this day not get the same respect that we deserve and that we're owed, they brought African spirituality, whether you know it or not. They couldn't practice African spirituality out loud, so they did it low key. This is where you get the traditions of cooking collard greens in your house at the top of the year and black eyed peas at the top of the year. You know, these are all African spirituality traditions. You know, it's a lot that I can tell you about that you practice, but they couldn't practice out loud. So even if you are in an energy right now where you can't stand up, then sit down. Don't support it. Stop pushing it. They got bots online that's liking stuff and making it seem like people, you know, running stuff up, people buying likes, man, numbers don't mean shit, just like that piece of paper. Don't mean nothing. The birth certificate don't mean nothing, but just means that, you know, you in the trade. It doesn't mean nothing. Stop supporting it, man. Stop co-signing it. Stop sharing it on your pages. Like, cut it short. It's a way that we have to go back to our norm. We got to start thinking about what we want in real life for our children. We can co-sign and say mental illness is affecting us as a whole. We know that, but then you go and yet co-sign mental illness and make it normal. We got to do better when it comes to that. See, I'm somebody that I'm always going to speak the truth. So they're going to always make sure that my videos don't get out. They're going to always make sure, you know, I don't reach a certain platform because it's already known. Most people, they wait until their videos, to their channel pick up, and then, you know, their channel go viral, and then they flip the switch, and then they start slowing their channel down. I'm coming out the gate. If you don't know me, research who I am. I've been on this. But we got to do a whole lot of things differently. This is why we started out 2023 in a retrograde, in a Mercury retrograde. The more Capricorn you have in your chart, the more you will be affected. I'm thinking Capricorn, Scorpio, and I think Libra, the more you're going to be affected in one way or another. So we need to pay attention to what's going on and stop being blind to the fact. Stop being caught up in this simple stuff that's going on. Stop being caught up in social media and be mindful of who we follow on social media. If they doing dumb stuff or you everything that you look at is not enlightening you or getting you to open up that third eye, then you need to reevaluate what you got on your timeline. See, that all of that is the reason why we've allowed this to go so far left as we have. For the whole world to walk around dumb. Oh, well, that's a girl. Girl, like you demeaning your character. You demeaning everything that you stand for. A womb man, right? One born with a womb, that is a divine feminine energy. And when you can produce from that womb, that's a feminine energy, sorry. And when you can produce from that womb and step into your divine feminine energy, the divine feminine energy at that point. So you go from feminine to divine feminine when you're able to produce from your womb. So we got to figure this out. I know I can't be the only one that's sitting back like, what in the world is these people going through? Ashe.